Welcome to this 10-minute Yogalates class for inner empowerment and glute strength. Let's begin in a comfortable seated position, closing the eyes, lengthening the spine, softening the shoulders, the belly, and taking one nourishing breath. Inhaling through the nostrils and exhaling, sighing it out, giving yourself permission to release any tension. You might like to use this opportunity to set the tone for your practice, deciding how you would like to show up. When you're ready, gently blinking the eyes opened and coming onto all fours into a tabletop position. We'll take a few rounds of cat and cow. On your inhalation, lower the belly, open the chest, arch the back as you gaze forwards. Exhale, press into the palms, curl and round the spine as you guide your chin towards the chest. A few more rounds. Keeping your hips stacked over your knees and your shoulders over your wrists. Doing your best to distribute your weight evenly across your fingertips, your knuckles, and your palms to really support the wrists. Beautiful work. Returning your spine to a neutral alignment. And now let's lower down onto the forearms. Aligning your elbows with your shoulders, keeping the core switched on. Now let's extend our left leg back, pointing the toes. On your inhalation, raise your leg, engage the glutes. Exhale, lower with control. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, just like this. Doing your best to keep all the muscles of that leg engaged. Finding your longest leg line, pointing your foot to your toes. And doing your best to keep the pelvis stable, so both hip bones are still facing towards the mat. Right hip is still stacked over right knee. Final round, and let's perform some rainbows. Left foot to the right outer edge of your mat. Inhale, rise. And mindfully guide your foot over to the left side of your mat, creating an arc, a triangle, or a rainbow-like shape with your foot. Again, keeping the hips stable here. Really doing your best to isolate this movement in the glutes and the hamstrings. And naturally, you'll begin to feel this along your supporting leg as well. Continue to press firmly into your forearms to help you lift up and out of the shoulder girdle, keeping the neck long, softening the facial features. Final round. Beautiful work. Lower the knee down and take a breath in child's pose, finding a beautiful release for the lower back. Okay friends, let's return to our tabletop on our forearms and go on the other side. This time extending your right leg back, pointing the toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So finding our single leg lifts and lowers. Really doing your best to activate the posterior chain every time you raise that leg, pausing for a moment and then lowering down with control. Nice, steady breaths. Allowing the breath to guide each loving movement. Final round, and now let's come into our rainbows. Guiding the right foot to the left edge of your mat, raising through center, and guiding your right foot to the outer edge of the right side of your mat. Just like this, keeping the pelvis stable. Noticing if you begin to hammock the belly and arch the back. Really try to draw your navel to your spine and press into your forearms. This is going to help you turn on the abdominals to support the back body. Final round. Beautiful work. Lowering both knees down and taking a moment in child's pose. When you're ready, returning to tabletop, this time with the arms extended. Keeping the right leg grounded, keeping the left knee bent. Raise your leg into a tiger curl. Knee is level with hip height, flex the foot, and begin to bend and straighten your leg. Every time you straighten your left leg, really pressing into the heel of that foot. And every time you straighten your leg, your toes are facing towards the earth. Feeling an activation for the hamstrings and the glutes. If this is too intense for your wrists, know that you could always lower onto your forearms. Final round. Keep your leg extended and find some small pulses. We lift up and down a few centimeters. Really driving into the heel of your foot to help you engage the muscles of your leg. Beautiful work, lower down, and let's get started with the other leg right away. So we're flexing and extending the right knee. It's a simple movement, the rest of the body is stable. Driving into the heel of your right foot. Again, both shoulders and hip bones are squared to the mat. Let's go for 2 more rounds. And from here, keeping your leg extended, and let's find our pulses up and down. Feeling the heat along the back of that leg. Steady breaths. Last one. Beautiful, lower down. And let's tuck the toes under and come into downward facing dog. Feeling a beautiful release for the backs of the legs. Taking one mindful breath in down dog. Giving yourself permission to exhale away any tension, any unwholesome thoughts. Reconnecting with your inner strength and your inner tranquility. Beautiful work, my friends. Lower the knees down and let's sink back into child's pose. Gifting yourself this space to soften and surrender. On your next inhalation, mindfully rise up and interlace your fingers together behind the back. Open the chest, find length, inhale. Draw the shoulder blades close to one another. And gently release, beautiful work. Coming into a comfortable seated position. Right palm on the earth, inhale, raise the left arm. Exhale, side bend over to the right. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, bend to the left. Beautiful work. Inhale, rise. Let's go for one more round on each side. Feeling a beautiful release for the side body. Well done, my friends. Coming into a seated position. Closing the eyes. Lovingly joining your palms together at heart center. Taking one nourishing breath to round off practice. Inhaling through the nostrils and exhaling through the mouth. Sign it all out. Thanking yourself for carving out the time and space to nurture your well-being. Sending you love and light. May you be well.